Hey everyone, welcome to the stream. Welcome to the Exercise Show. I know it's a little bit early, but yeah, let's just get right into it. Let's get working here. We're gonna be doing a few like level design stuff in Godot, the Godot game engine, and we're gonna go back and forth between Blender and Godot, and we're gonna get like a level that I have here working. So without further ado, let's just jump right in. First freeform hour. Let's go, guys. Let's go. Okay, so I don't know how freeform this is. Oh, you know what? This is not freeform hour, guys. Let's do Soul 3000 game development. That's what this is. Awesome. Let's do this. Here we go. Okay, so I have this plugin for Godot. If you're into Godot, I have this plugin for Godot called PLY Editor. Now these guys are awesome. They made kind of like where you can make like these meshes, you could almost do modeling in Godot. Now the easiest thing to do with modeling in Godot would be to do the modeling in Blender and then bring it in. But let's see what we could do with PLY. Now PLY, they also have a Discord, so I'm gonna check the Discord real quick. Guys, give me a second. I gotta just come here into Discord and just check that out real fast. See if there's any new updates, any new things happening in the PLY universe. So obviously, I think it's a pretty active community, and these guys are updating PLY as they continue. So PLY is a in editor modeling add-on for Godot. Let's take a look online. This type of PLY modeling for Godot. Yep. In the asset library. I wonder what's the latest version of it. I really don't know what's the latest version. Yeah, it says 1.22 here, and that's what I have. 1.02. That's the one I have. I believe there's a GitHub. Oh, also see the GitHub for full documentation. Let's go to the GitHub. Let's see if there's anything new out here. Okay, so this looks a lot newer than what I have here. Apparently you could add textures to it now. That's very cool. Add-ons PLY. I think this is let me open the folder here. One thing I like about Godot, they allow you to open the actual stuff here in editor. The actual add-ons from within the editor. I think Unity also is like that. I just want to double check to make sure that yeah, so this is the same thing. So I'm gonna see if I could copy this. Should be a way to download this add-ons. Oh, let's go back. Copy path. I don't know what exactly that does here. Let's go to add-ons. PLY. Add on PLY. Should be a way to download this. If somebody's accustomed to Git, it's gonna be like, oh my god, like Nick, just click this to download. Anyway, you can right click and download zip, and just grab the add-on. That's basically what you could do. But I was trying to be smart with it a few minutes ago. Okay, so let's extract here. Whoa, Mason, I'm sorry, I just saw your text. Mason, how you doing? You see, we having a slightly early stream. We're mostly going to be working in Godot, and trying to get this level up and running here in the game engine. We'll be going back and forth between Godot and Blender. How's your day? How's it going? What stuff do you have going on? I'm so glad you're here. Are you gonna hang out with me all Friday afternoon? I guess it's Friday night for you where you are, but. Just saw Masons. Just saw your text.
Konnichiwa. Konnichiwa.
Konnichiwa. Doing great these days. Oh, tractor. Okay. That's cool. It's very cool. Let's copy this. So I'm gonna put the new PLY in the. I'm gonna use the new PLY, guys. So I'm gonna close Godot here. Let's quit this. Let's see, don't save. And let's bring the new PLY in here. So PLY is an add-on for Godot that allows you to do like basic modeling in Godot, just like how you would model in Blender. But Blender's way more advanced. Well, let's see what the new add-on does here. I have two add-ons that I use for now to help me with the game, make the levels in the game. What add-on? It's an add-on called PLY, and it's an add-on that allows you to model in Godot, do like basic modeling. I'll show you that in a minute. And I have another one called Spatial Gardener by a guy called Deadpun. That one is also pretty good. And one more other add-on I have is a physics add-on called Godot Jolt, which allows for the physics in Godot to be a lot better. So that's the three main add-ons that I use for developing Sol 3000. I try not to use too many add-ons. I try to use the raw engine as is, but sometimes you need the extra help. So look as if like this update of PLY has a little bit of extra stuff in there. So I'm gonna let's relaunch Godot and see if it works. Hopefully I didn't break anything. The guys no, Mason, do you use the Godot game engine? I can't remember if you I know a couple of people that follow here actually got into Godot because I was using it. I think it was you. Yeah. So I knew it was you. Yep. Just double checking, Mason. And Relib. Wow. That's cool. Okay, so look like PLY loaded in here. Let's see if we can get it loaded up. Gonna click on this. Oh, PLY editor. It's here. Create. Oh, wow. It looks like the same version. Nothing changed. Okay. Let's take this out of, let's put this in the main area. Hold on, guys. I'm gonna redo that again. Well, Relib sounds like something for recasting. Is that what Relib is about? What is Relib? I'm gonna add a mesh instance. I'm gonna put PLY in there. It looks like the same thing, but whatever. We could work with this. Mesh. Let's generate a mesh. I want to generate a plane. Probably 2 subdivisions. Whoa, that looks like a lot of subdivisions. Let's get rid of the subdivisions. It's a very minimum engine, so there's no editor, for example. It's just straight up code. Right. Yeah, I never heard of Relib. It sounds really interesting. Okay, let's go with 0 subdivisions. Let's create that. Okay, this is better. I don't know why it messed up before. Look at this. This is a lot better. Okay. Okay, I could tell this is probably the new version. So I'm not gonna do the what they call like the collision mesh here using this, because this will take forever. And it still wouldn't be as good as if like we do it in Blender. So, but you know, it's nice to have like a nifty thing like this. So you could so you could do all kinds of stuff with. Yeah, they don't have extrude along an edge. You could cut loop, you could do a cut loop. Cut loop, subdivide. Just have like regular loop. Oh, it actually did cut the loop. That's interesting. Yeah, that's interesting. So, you know, like you can make all kinds of like little meshes and stuff. And I did make like a ton of meshes. Not ton. I made like a few meshes using this poly editor, but the PLY editor. But this might be a little bit too slow for what it is we want. So I am going to make that in Blender and import it. Plib might be good for like maybe the outer walls, you know, but then we could still take the outer walls and just, you know, and just edit that in Blender. So Blender always seems to be the quickest way to get that editing done. But it's nice to have a tool like this. Let's delete that. The other tool we have is Deadpon Spatial Gardener. Now, Spatial Gardener was giving me some problems to actually, was giving problems. I don't know why. I think maybe something updated in Godot and it wouldn't show things properly. So I'm just going to do a quick search for Spatial Gardener online to see if there's a newer version. Spatial Gardener is Spatial Gardener. Oh my gosh, look at that. That's all over the place. That allows you to put plants and grass and stuff down. You know, a ton of objects dynamically. Ugh, what is going on here? Okay, let's try that. Alright, here we go. Look at that. All kinds of goodies. We even have videos on it. I think maybe I covered this before in a previous stream, but let's just jump straight onto his onto this GitHub. And let's just see if this is the newest version. I believe I have the newest version. I'm gonna open it and just double check. Open file in manager. Kind of no way of really knowing. Let's see here. When was this was updated like, was that 2 years ago? Hold on. It looks like the same thing that I have. So they may not have this. Hold on. Currently, stable release requires at least Godot 4.2. Okay, so they have a newer version that requires the newest version of Godot. Right. Okay, I got it. Copy the folder. Da da da. So, okay, so I do have this in here. Let's look for Spatial Gardener. There it is, Gardener. I'm gonna create. Let's drop that guy in. So this is it. This is Gardener. To begin Gardener, you need a work directory in the inspector. So you need to create a work directory for it. Select here. Let's see. I believe this was the work directory, this main directory here. Because there's a toolshed file. And I think that's the Spatial Gardener thing. Let's see what's in the add-ons folder. Okay, yeah, I did select the add-ons folder. So let's select that, select add-ons folder. Okay, so this is the Gardener interface. And here you could bring all kinds of plant scene and that kind of thing. I just want to take a look at my the level here. I believe that I may have used the collision mesh to plant these plants on here. I could be wrong. Let's check this out. Maybe I did use the actual meshes to put stuff on there. So I may have had a main mesh that I could plant on. Because what happens when you have terrain like this, the terrain is normally broken up into the terrain is normally broken up into into chunks, right? Oh, okay, so look, this already has like the grass in here, fireflies. So if I click on grass, right? Or reapply, you don't want to do that. Paint. So so if I click on this, okay, so I have to turn that on, turn that off. Okay. Right, then it opens up this here. Arborist. I know you're not supposed to. I know the creator said specifically don't touch any of these nodes down here. Mesh. LOD variant. I mean, these should be technically good to go. Okay, so this has all the settings for this in here. The only thing though is that I'm not seeing where the brush to put the grass down. So this could really be erroring out right now. It's one of those things, guys, that happens. Brush size and volume. Volume. Ah, boy. Okay, so yeah, it's one of those things I'm gonna have to kind of look back into what I've done. Let's take a look here. Technically, this should be all good to go. Okay, so obviously I'm gonna have to throw the terrain into its own file. So that's a thing. Okay. Yep, and deal with the terrain on its own. Yeah, so this is why this stuff could get pretty, especially if you're trying to go for quality. And my quality is not like all the way up, right? It's just, for me, it's more artistic, right? But yeah, this is where this stuff could get, a little bit hairy. Okay, so I have vegetation, grass. So obviously what I did, I put all the nodes into there. That's what I did. Okay. Alright, so the fact that it's actually not showing the gardener happening here, let me get rid of that and try it again, delete. I think what happened is by me, yeah, I think it's trying to read from the last thing, so let's try something, let's try new. It may not like reading from the previous, yeah, I think it's reading from, which is, that should be fine. It should be fine reading right here. Instant mesh. Instant mesh, instant mesh. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna try new here. Well, hold on. The only thing concerning me is that the brush is not showing up. So let's try new. Delete this again. Let's delete that. Let's try new. Okay, let's give it a new thing. Oh yeah, and there's a mask for it and everything. So let's go. So we can actually, let's call this go levels. Let's go code extra level 1. Let's select this folder. This is all new. Yeah, so this is brand new. Oh man, brand new's brand spanking new. Okay guys, give me a second here. I just gotta get my head together. Uh let's alright, let's take first things first. Let's not put the plants down for right now. I'm gonna make the collision meshes for this first. I think it may want collision meshes to apply the plants on. I could be wrong, but I just have to get my head back into the space of what I did. Okay, let's get rid of that. It happens sometimes like that. So let's leave this open. You know, the water is working and everything, which I'm happy about. Let's get collision mesh up in here. And hopefully I wouldn't have to update Godot, and I mean there's a newest version of Godot and probably I should update to that, but I'm trying not to break stuff for right now. That's the one thing about doing this kind of stuff. Sometimes if there's an update and certain things, you know, you may have to update, and then that means going back into your code and making the necessary changes and stuff, which is fine, but it could be annoying. So let's go back. Yeah, that grass, and we still have to do a displacement. There's a displacement map I have to make for the terrain anyway, to give the terrain a little more displacement to it. And there's a specularity element that's kind of missing that I gotta put in here. But yeah, there's stuff, right? We're gonna get to that. So let's first things first. Let's make that collision in Blender. Okay, here we are in Blender. Yes, hide these standing meshes. On collision, I'm gonna make all kind of like one. Well, you know, we can make it separate things. Hold on here. Collision mesh should be pretty simple. Let's hide this water level. We don't need to see that. Okay. It's all Blender here, baby. Why don't we start? See where we are here. Technically, all the models, all my levels, the center of the actual level itself is where the character starts. You know, that's a precedent I kind of set for myself. But seeing that this is a thing that can go into almost any level, You know, I mean, the ideal thing would probably be for me to start to put this where it starts and where the characters finish. So I'm going to take a look here again in Godot. Let's take a look. I want to see which way is the water flowing. It's flowing that way. Let's see if this is correct. Okay, so this is correct. The water is flowing down that way. So this here is the actual start of the level. This part here. Okay, so thank God I don't have to actually flip it. I'm gonna move everything down. Grab X. Well, you know, this might screw some things up, but I'll remember to move it down. We could actually do that in engine, but the start is right here. I could put let's put a little helper to denote where the start or the start of the level is. Put a little helper, a little empty. Let's put a single arrow. That's the start. Let's make that guy a little bigger. Yeah, so I know that's start of level. We could give it a name. Start. Or correct. Maybe character spawn is better. Is a better word for it. Or was level 00. Okay. Origin point. Yeah. Or spawn. Yeah. Origin. Let's call it orig point. So it's origin point. And let's can we display the name on that particular object? I think we can in Blender here. Show name. Okay. So now we have that name showing right there. The origin point. Alright. That's a cool thing you could do in Blender. You could just display like little names in editor like that. Okay. Let's go ahead and start to make the collision mesh for this guy here. Just simple. Just start with a plane. No big deals. Grab Z. All right. What I'm going to do, I'm going to merge these pieces here. This here wants to have its own collision mesh. So let's see what that is. That is part of whole structures. So I'm gonna hide that. All this could be one collision, could be part of one collision mesh. So guys, give me a second. I gotta go do something real quick. I'll be right back. Not going anywhere. I wish I had something to show you guys while I'm out, but I'm gonna just put the chat up. I'll be right back and we will start doing this thing. Okay, guys, we're back. Whew! I'm sorry, I had to break away because I had to change my clothes, guys. To be honest, I was wearing the same clothes all day since like 5 o'clock this morning, guys, and it's like now. It's now like 3:30 in the afternoon, so I've been wearing the same clothes all day, and I just had to change it to something more comfortable because I'm chilling with you guys, and we're about to do this thing here. Okay, so let's merge the things that we want to be one. All right, I'm gonna make a duplicate. All right, and I'm gonna do Control J, and then I'm gonna make a new collection called Collision. So it's in a new collection. So now, let's put this polygon we have here in Collision. Now we can hide export for now. Although export has a bunch of things, we may want to put collision in export. Let's unhide export. Let's hide terrain, structures. Okay, we're keeping collision. Now the easiest thing would be to just come in here and with this right here, just come in here and decimate this mesh, and you can make a collision off of that, and the collision for these things could stay the same, but I'll show you guys how I like to traditionally do collision. So I come in here with this mesh, and with this mesh it's kind of like we're doing a little bit of a retopo in Blender. So come in here and we're gonna go into shrink wrap, and we're gonna select this surface, and you see immediately the mesh goes to that. If we want, we could visualize this on top of everything, or we could visualize this as you know, as a wireframe. So right click, right, and I have the tweak tool on in Blender, and Blender does a really good job at this stuff. And yeah, let's just stick with Blender for it for now. So that's my riverbed there. The collision could be very simple. Alright, collision doesn't have to be crazy. Right, and then we're going to slowly subdivide the places where we need subdivided. Where we need to be subdivided. Let's go ahead and extrude that. Might want to do something like this right here. Right, so we kind of hug the riverbed a little bit. So if you look at some games, like you'd see, like if you look at some 3D games, and the characters look like sometimes they're floating above the terrain, this is why. So we're going to keep it this simple, and then we're going to subdivide where we need that precision. Okay. Something like that. Alright, and I could hold control to get even like some snapping happening too. Nothing is wrong with that. You know, you don't have to leave the the shrink wrap to do all the work. We could do some work also. I'm gonna go to the top view here. I'm just gonna follow the rest of the riverbed. When I do this kind of stuff, I like to just go with the easiest thing first, which would be just to follow the riverbed. And the shrink wrap definitely helps conform the mesh to where we need it. We could hide, like, we could basically hide all tools, and we could work with it like this. I find this stuff very relaxing and fun. Is this fun for you to watch? I don't know. Stuff like this, always find like I'm one of those guys that love to watch the behind the scenes of movies and stuff like that. Even those things are, there's a lot more happening in them. And these days those kind of things are kind of like very few and far between now, because when you used to have those things is because they used to look for extra content to put on a DVD. So this is show the behind the scenes of Jurassic Park or Gears of War. I don't know. I don't think behind the scenes stuff is that common nowadays. I always was fascinated by that stuff, and this watching that stuff always used to be a little bit informative to kind of see what kind of like these triple A or top line movie studios kind of like kind of like what they use. Like the behind the scenes of like some movies in Pixar used to be interesting. All right, so the reason why I'm making this collision mesh is because the character actually interacts with the collisions of the objects that you make. So think of the objects just as kind of like art, like for your eye. But the world that the character actually interacts with is this low res collision world. That's what the character actually interacts with. Now, some game engines you don't have to do this step. You could just go right ahead and just put your full asset in there, and it will try to generate its own collision based upon that. And I believe Godot has some version of that, but I like to do it this way because it gives you more control, and then there's like little special things you can do, if you're making your own collisions and that kind of thing. Oh, wow, Mason, pro tip. Oh, that's awesome. I know there's another thing you can do to kind of like that, and it reads it. That's a good tip. Cull. Oh yeah, I'm totally gonna do that. Let's do that right now. I know like. Oh yeah, you know what? In animation, right? So if you want the animations to loop, you type dash loop dash loop, and it will loop your animations automatically also in Godot. Right, but it might result in a higher poly collision, so it's probably best for low poly models. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So that's why I'm creating this collision mesh, because all my collisions are going to be created off of this. Yeah, if you yes, the thing is, it's better for now, right? For now, it's better to create low resolution, low poly assets when you're making a game for the first time, or you even if you're making a game that's supposed to look AAA, right? Export lower versions, get the game working, and then you could just replace them with the up res ones, with the higher resolution ones. That's always better. You see games do it all the time. Games they always have like HD collection or something where they up res everything. Okay, I'm gonna do that right now. So this is gonna be let's call this HA hidden area hallway. Right. It's collision. And I'll type let's go dash col col. Sweet. Thank you so much. New technology discovered. Let me see. I'll type that for X Nikki. Uh,
New technology discovered.
Thanks, Mason. That's a pro tip. I know there's like different things like that in Godot, but yeah, that one is good. Okay, guys, so I'm just basically making a riverbed here, and then we'll just get the sides up. Hey, Nick, if you were making a Coca-Cola bottle, yep, would you, how would you make the little circles at the bottom? Hmm. How would you make the little circles at the bottom of a Coca-Cola bottle? Oh, you mean the little bubble, little stop things? It's like a cylinder with 5 smaller cylinders at the bottom. Oh no, you talking about the plastic one? Immediately when you said the Coca-Cola bottle, I was thinking of the glass one. You're talking about the plastic ones. I actually have one of those right now. You want to see something? Okay, this is a webcam special. You guys saw what Mason typed there in the chat? He's like, every bottle is a cylinder with 5 smaller cylinders at the bottom where the bottle touches the floor. Okay, guys, check this out. I'm gonna show my webcam right now. Guess what? Guess you probably heard it. You probably heard like some noise just now. Check this out, guys. Check this out. This is the first time I'm gonna have this in like 3 months, right? I normally do one every 3 months, which is still a lot for me, but I normally don't drink soda. But check this out, guys. Let's see. Let's see here. Oh, I don't have a webcam in here. Okay, let's check. Let's go to the freeform. I probably have a webcam there. Or maybe even better, right here. Here we go. Guys, check this out, right? Guess what I have, Mason? Check it. Oh, this looks crazy right now. Is that what you're talking about? These little things on the bottom. I literally, as you were telling me about it, I cracked it open to take a drink. Like, this is the first Coca-Cola I've had in like 3 months. Hydrate. Like literally, I was about to take a drink, and then he's asking me about modeling one. That's crazy. You know how we do it here on the stream, guys. Okay, that's enough of that. Okay. Yeah, that was psychedelic. Okay, how would I do that? I would let me take. I have the bottle in front of me. How would I do that? I would make it. I would subdivide it all the way. No, I would low poly model it, right? So I would low that bottom part there. I would do a low poly model. So I would kind of cut into it and then pull those points towards the center. That's what I would do. I would cut the. It's kind of like you want to do like a soft, you want to like pull it because it's all nice and smooth, right? So that's like a shape that they made. Or you could even do like a bullion. You could do a bullion. So you could make, yeah, you could bullion that. That would be a good start. So what I would do is to do something like this. I'll show you. This is what I would do. Hold on. Let me take a good look at that. Oh my guys, I just jumped straight into it. Oh, check it out, Mason. Sorry. I'm literally working on it thinking that he's watching me. Oh my gosh, guys. Come on, guys. It's been a long day. There we are. Alright, this is what I did. Let me go back. Oh, I can't believe I did that without even... Yeah, so I just made a like a curve. And I just put that there. Hopefully you guys can see this. You know what? Let's go to the soft. Let's try this. Hold on. I know you guys can't see this, but let's see if I can make it more visible. It's just the colors, guys. The colors. We need to get things working better. Why is that on? Let's go themes. Presets, let's choose XSI. Oh look, it's me. If you look in Blender, you guys will see my name in there, XSI. Okay, so right here, I'm hoping that this is even better. I'm not sure if it is. Okay, so I would do something like this. Literally have the bottle in front of me. That's some of the funnest things to do in 3D. That's some of the first set of stuff that I do in 3D was like things like bottles and vases. I remember doing vases. Oh my gosh. You start learning 3D, you learn how to do like text and like do a vase. Fun stuff. Maybe I should stick with a soft image theme. I think it's a little distracting though, but I don't know. Oh, let's try this. Still, you can make another thing in here for that thing, but let's just keep it like this. Okay, let's see what we'll do with this. Basically, if you're doing something like this, you probably want to take a picture of the bottle, or you could get a picture online, bring it in, and you could trace the silhouette in Blender. But let's see if we get those three little things on the bottom. I believe Blender has something called spin. Screw. Yeah, skull screw. Hold on here, guys. There you go. So here we are. Oh, it's a deformed version. We could fix that. Can I bevel that? Oh, I don't know if we can do that. Right, so this is my knockoff. This is my knockoff Pepsi. Oh, not Pepsi. Pepsi and Coca-Cola. Oh boy, it's my knockoff Coke. A cola. Right. So what I would do, I'll make. Let's try the bullion thing. The bullion thing might actually work. So you would have to make like like the negative version of what this cutout is gonna be. Let's try that. Let's save this. Let's go to the desktop. I'll put it in Mason. And let's do a Coca-Cola. Coke. I'll put Coke. Okay. Put bottle. Okay. Save file. Okay, let's see. So you have to make like a negative. I think that negative thing might work. Give me a second here. Let me think about it for a minute. I'm trying to think about the best way to make that. We'll try the subdivision method. Oh yeah, yeah. Well, that's cool. Let's see here. So just show the wireframe on this. Okay, so the thing is that we want to make like a negative version of that shape, and I think I know what that shape is. Give me a second, guys. Trying to think of like the easiest way to make that shape. You know, let's just polymodel it. Okay, so let's polymodel the shape. You'll see what I mean here in a minute. Okay, we're gonna make that shape that cuts in the bottom. Okay, I think I know what to do here. Let me see. One, this is 2, 3, 4. It's 5. It's like a star. I'm just gonna make one this way. Yeah, you see what I'm probably trying to go for there, Mason. It's complex because Blender doesn't really do. I haven't found a proper way in Blender. This thing comes back to me in Blender. A proper way to do lofts, like to loft stuff in Blender. There probably is. I think there's even a plugin that allows you to loft. But if we could loft in Blender in the way that I want to loft, not Blender's way, then it would be easy. What's a loft? I'll show you what a loft is. I don't think I have any other 3D programs here that will show you what a loft is, but I can show you. Now let's see if we can get our shape going. first. And then I'll show you kind of like what my mind is to do with that. I believe if I do that, then I pinch it down, I think we should get it. So let's grab this. Grab Z. Come on. Let's say right there. Man, this does kind of look like soft module a little bit. But the wireframes and stuff need to be thicker. I mean, the team needs to be... Hold on, guys. Let me see if I can thicken up this wireframe. Like, for a minute there, I got deja vu. I was like, wait a minute. Am I in soft module or Blender? Let's come here. Let's go in viewport. Let's all themes. Give me a second here, guys. Bear with me. Do you guys have patience? Let's do this. Okay, here we go. Edge thickness. Ah, that's better. Oh, we need some thick, fatty edges. That's probably too thick. Let's go 3 on that. Vertex size. We want vertex size nice and fatty. Face dot size, outline size, that's fine. Object origin size, everything else is fine. This is cool for now. Alright, that's better. You can see that. Okay, so I'm gonna try to create that that kind of sloped look. There should be like kind of like almost a scientific way to do this. You know what? Let me cut this in half here. So maybe this wants to do this, right? And you probably want to grab these Z and go down a bit. Okay, let's see if we can create that now. So I'm gonna select these two things. I'm gonna do that bevel and roll it so it's nice and smooth. See what I'm trying to do, Mason? Try to get even thickness. Okay, let's see what that looks like there. Alright, so we definitely want to pinch that end. This wants to angle down and pinch to a point. And then there's a circle on the bottom. Okay, so I gotta bring this in a bit. Once we do, if we were lofting this, I'd have probably been done by now. But I'll explain what lofting is in a minute. Right, and the bottom is pushed up. Right, so the bottom is concave. So there's another cut on the bottom. But we could do a soft selection and push that up. Give me a second here. Grab X. Let's do something like that. Okay. And I want to bring everything down. I think that's what that's trying to tell me. Okay, let's try that. Grab Z. Something like this. It wants to be something like that. Right, but then it needs to be wider, right? So let's make the whole thing wider. Alright, so we could almost see the shape being there. So, okay, that's too much there. I'm gonna look at my thing and see what that is. Excuse me. I believe I want to pinch this. Scale X. Y maybe? Yep. So I believe it's something like that. It comes in at a point. Let's scale on Z. Let's make it a little more pronounced. So that is like maybe half of that bulge. Almost like that almost. Again, you probably need a reference of actual soda. Let's select this edge here. Scale Y. Okay, and then there's a slight curve, so we're gonna subdivide this here. Alright. Just gonna drag it down a bit. Control Z. Something like that. Then I'm gonna bevel that. Something like that. I think this may be the shape. Okay, so we could use this. I am going to select this from here. Let's close up the shape. This may be wrong, guys, but we gotta try somehow, right? Again, Mason is like fun little projects here. Let's close that up. Yeah, this feels like soft homage already. Just the color and the blue points and the yellow thing for sure. Whoops. What happened there? Where did this extra point come from? Where did this come from? Delete that. Okay. Okay, that's better. I don't know where that came from. That was weird. Face. Okay. There we go, face. Alright, so we have a solid here. Let's do back face culling. Okay, this needs to flip. The way we do that, because it's berserker, because we're just gonna select everything and do reverse direction, switch direction. Yeah, there you go, fix. Just apply a boolean to this. Boolean. All you want to do is boolean. Where are you? Bevel array. Ah, boy. Where is boolean? It's like right in my face, and I'm probably can't see it. Subdivide. Or is it because it's not a mesh? That shouldn't matter. So what a loft is where you could take a spline and make like many different splines, and you could go from what it would actually form a surface over those splines. It's very powerful, and it's used for different things. Blender could kind of do it, but in a different way. But the factor is having these curves that you could like make different shape curves, and it actually make a skin over them or make a surface over them. I'll look boolean right here, but it won't do the boolean on this. What? Okay then. I'm gonna make this real then. Well, let's make a copy. Let's leave this alone right there. We'll make this into a mesh object. Alright, now we could boolean. So I'm gonna select that. Oh. Okay. Select that, boolean. We want difference. Let's choose this object. Not difference, we want yeah, we want difference. No, we don't want difference, we want intersection. Nope. It was difference. Let's go ahead and we could hide that. So look, it kind of did part of it right there, Mason. Right. So all we got to do is let's see if we could array. Let's see if we could array the object. So you could select that object and you could tell it to be to display differently here. Let's have it display differently. This viewport display. Instead of a texture thing, let's make it a wireframe. Wire. Right, so we can see through it. Alright, let's do it. Let's see if we could array this. Array the object. It should be able to do like a radial array. You know what I'm saying? It looks flipped. Yeah, I just made it into a wireframe, so we can see through it. Let's click array. Can you do a radial array in Blender? Fixed count, length, type, count 2, relative offset. Let's go 0 on that. I'm gonna have to look this up, guys. Oh, you could do a radial array. It's right here. How do you do that? Circular array in Blender. You have to do it along a spline or something. How to make a circular array using offset. Offset as center. Okay, there you go. Offset. Object offset. Constant offset. Oh. Let's put a point. You got pretty good results with the subdivisions. Well, there you go. Okay, this is gonna work. 5. Maybe 5 of them. There you go. But Mason, you already got good results. That's great. You don't need my stinky offset stuff. There X-Nick goes again, making it a... Mine looks too complex. Oh, this off the bat. He's like, dude, I didn't ask for all that. And the only other thing is that you just need to push the... You need to push this part up. That's the only thing. And then again, you would like... Then you do another duplicate of that. Make that real. Alright, so you got this. Right, and then you have to select the center point here. Oops, sorry. All kinds of shenanigans going on in that one. Merge center. Yep. And let's expand that. Right. And then I would use what do you call it? I would use a soft selection, which is this. Why am I even in soft image mode? Let's go back to the regular mode. Blender dark. Ooh. Blender deep gray. Oh man, did it get rid of our like oh, you got rid of our thing. Anyways, you got this, and I'll just do grab Z. And it's just, yeah, something like that. I think there's like a, it goes back up. Something like that. Yep, there you go. Let's see here. Yeah, so I just kind of push the bottom up. And like the sides is a lot smoother than this. The sides are a lot smoother. Like what I would do, this would be probably like a lower polygon, and then I would subdivide it, just kind of like what you did. The light mode. Nah, I'm not really a light mode guy. It looks cool, but you know, but it could get wacky. Let's unsubdivide this. Decimate. Unsubdivide. Something like that. 3. Wow, the bottom here is really screwed up with unsubdivide. You could unsubdivide the top. Or the easiest thing is just to... We could break it down like that. Basically what I would have done is to probably do it on a lower resolution thing, and then I would subdivide it. Low resolution and subdivision surface. Right, so the bottom parts here, the reason why I want the bottom parts to get round, like so. Like that. So now I think it might look like the Pepsi you're looking for. Something like that. But I would do it on, like I did it on a kind of higher res. I would make the model lower res and then do all that sort of work on it. Basically. We could unsubdivide this here. Let's go decimate. Yeah, something like that. I mean, I would have probably unsubdivided from the get-go. Yeah, like it's too subdivided, right? So I would have done something like that. This is what I would have done, like this version here, then cut it with this, and then by the time you subdivide, it's gonna look cool. Yeah, get rid of that. Get rid of that. Yeah, something like that. Then do it. You sent me a picture. Oh, in Discord. Yeah, let's just take a look. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Hold on, Mason. I'm responding late to some of this stuff. Oh, nice. I think the kitty cat, is that your cat or is that like a neighborhood cat? I think the cat is a nice touch, for sure. But yeah, like the way you have it set up like that outside, that looks mega relaxing, man. It's kind of like on the rooftop there, and you just kind of chill, yeah, and kind of looking out. I like it. I like it. Yeah, he's a super chill cat. That's cool. Anyhow, this is how I would do that. Oh, probably couldn't subdivide. You just make a like that. Like how you normally do that. Anywho's, guys, yeah. So that's how I would do that, Mason. Bum, bum. We can go even more like that. It's even better. All right then. You want me to send this to you, or are you good with what you got there? You sound like you're good with what you got. Spline. I'll save it anyway. So yeah, guys, let's get back into to some game level. I mean, this was a nice little excursion. Oh, you would you like me to send it to you? I'll send it to you. I'll send it to you personally. Probably take a look at it or something. But I just did a radial thing on there. Yeah, so a loft like goes from one spline shape to the next. I think Blender kinda has something like that, but not 100%. Let's see, Blender lofting. Let's take a look. Loft curves. Yeah, that's what I want. Loft curves in Blender. Yeah, so somebody's kinda doing it, but it's not like 100%. How do you loft between curves? That's what you want. I don't think you could do it in Blender, which is very shocking. Well, I think somebody used what's this geometry nodes to get it done. Hold on here. Let's take a look. Is that geometry nodes? Basically, this is what you want right here. One answer. Blender's primary polygon modeler curves have received some attention over the years and are quite acceptable as a modeling device now. However, lofting, which creates surfaces from one curve or potentially NURBS, is, if we are honest, a little bit of a fiasco still in 2015. Okay, the power of the bridge tool and curve tools add-on. Okay, somebody's using some add-ons here. So yeah, you could probably do it with like a geometry nodes type thing. I'm gonna send it. I'm gonna send this to you. Coke. Let's call this Coke bottle. Yeah, just so that we clear what it is. Coke bottle, not just Coke. Okay. Oh boy. Alright. It's gonna compress see that. I'm gonna send that to you. There you go. Okay, there you go. I just sent it to you. Okay, let's get back. Let's get back on some level designy things. But you know what? Screw the level design things for now. You know, I mean, I do that all the time behind the scenes, all day, right? Not all day, but for like I do it behind scenes, guys, outside of streaming. Lofting. What's the deal with Blender and lofting? Like, we should be able to loft in Blender. It's like 2024. Loft between curves. So much so that even Mason asked me, "Hey, what is lofting?" Like, that should be like a thing that Blender has no matter what. So is this guy using an add-on? It looks. Yeah, this add-on is pretty. Wow. Bridge tool, curve tools add-on shouldn't be underestimated. From what I can tell, curve tools is semi under active development. Curve tools. Oh, this guy's lofting. So basically, someone out there wrote like a script to allow for lofting. The subdivision way, yeah, for sure, for sure. Subdivision way is probably even better. Curve tool zip. This version, this add-on is a set of tools for curves. It's local. It's located at 3D view tools, the T key, and it contains the following. Oh, you can't just download it like that, huh? We have to log in to Blender Artist. Download page, whole version. Ooh, it's a Google thing. And some people used to do a lot of Google account type things. Curve tools 0.5. Let's take a look at this Blender here. I'm pretty sure you could do this in probably geometry nodes now, but let's take a look. Add on. See curve. Oh, curve tools. Look, curve tools. It's an add-on in Blender. You can just get it just like that. Oh, let's see here. Tool shelf, edit tab. Man, let's see if this could documentation. Curve tool, select, edit, curve info. Outline, recursive, subdivision. Bi-rail. Oh, look, wait a minute. Surfaces. Oh, let's check it out. Let's check it out. So I just enabled it. Simple curve? What is that? It just added a point? Oh, you could just make a curve like that? What is this? Is this a curve? Whoa! What does Blender have in here? Wow! Make it 3D. Oh. Okay, okay. Probably getting ahead of myself here. Curve. Let's put a Bezier curve down. Let's duplicate this guy. Where is the curve tools? It says it's somewhere in here. Do we have to... Curve? Okay, I gotta read back where this stuff is. Okay, I'm just going around blindly. Let's see where this stuff is. All modes, sidebar edit, intersect, surface, tool side. Is this old Blender? No, it's 3.6. Edit surface, sidebar, tool sidebar, edit surfaces. Oh, right here. Oh, this is it right here. Oh, look, it has loft over here. What? Yo! We can loft in Blender. This is what lofting is, Mason. Wow. Okay, so you could turn the add-on in Blender and you could loft. Is it interactive though? I don't know. I don't think it might be. Yeah, it's not interactive. That's okay. Update auto loft. Oh, you could update auto loft right here. What? Auto loft. Oh, you turn auto loft on. You just have to hit update every time. That's all good. It doesn't have to be live. Wonder why it's not live though. I mean, come on, Blender. It's all good. It's all good. We could work with this. Let's do something fun. Let's go to top view here. So this is like one way that people used to do surfaces for cars and stuff, which was very cool. Go vector on this. So the cool thing about lofts, let's make this cyclic. Okay. And let's make this a hard thing. So I'm gonna go set handle type to vector. Okay. So the cool thing about this is that you could do some really nice smooth swooping surfaces, like really easy. And as I said, like, you know, you find like people who design like people in the automotive industry, they use curves and lofts, and they loft stuff a whole lot, and they do all kinds of different things like bi-rails and all that sort of stuff. Okay, check this out. So you should be able to go from this curve to that curve. Let's see what that is. Loft. Yeah, look at that. You could go from that curve to that curve. Look at that. The reason why it's kind of screwy like this is because obviously I'm going from like a one-sided thing to like almost like a two-sided thing. Let's toggle cyclic here again. On this one. Just like that. Wow, this is so cool. Didn't expect Blender to have this tucked away somewhere. Quite a pleasant surprise. Let's update. Yeah, man. Yeah, so with lofts, you could do all kinds of fun stuff. You could come in here. So now the power of the curves. If you never use curves in Blender, that's now unlocked, right? Come in here. You could like add like another Bezier curve. Let's rotate this like along the x-axis, like so. Let's go ahead and scale that up, just so we could see it nice and clear. And let's go ahead and apply rotations. All right, now we got a live Bezier curve. Could do all kinds of fun stuff now. Let's toggle automatic on that. Yeah, man. This is just like another thing you could do for modeling, you know what I'm saying? Could do something like that. You know, it gives you nice sweeping surfaces. Say like you want something like this, and then you want it to go down into a smaller thing. You could do this. You can make this hard. Let's see, make that vector. Let's make that a handle type of vector. Yep, make that hard like that. What do you mean? What's happening, Mason? Were you not around? Is what I'm doing kind of confusing, or were you not around for a minute there? Or? Yeah, some fancy looking sci-fi cars. Yeah, it's like loft. Yeah, I just like. I've been trying to get lofts to work in Blender. I bet people would model. Oh my gosh. Oh, here he comes again. Oh no. It took me a while to get out of my head. Mason. It took me a while to get that thing out of my head. We definitely not no. That's a negative, sir. Yeah, it's definitely a negative. That's a no for the nope. Mason, you said that on purpose. So you could go from like that to that and all kinds of stuff. Let's go that, let's go that, and let's click loft. Oh, you only can loft 2 things at a time? Oh, you can't loft 3 things? No, it's a bi-rail? I forget, bi-rails is a certain way you gotta do things. Man, this is interesting, man. All this is on the surfaces? Or sanitizes something different, join neighbors. Wow. Yeah, no to the... No, sir. No to the Acon cities. Could you do this with curves? I don't know if you could go from one thing to the next with a curve. Like, let's see here. Like you could have like let's make a, if you could make like a circle. You can make a circle like this, and then you could duplicate that circle. Grab Z, and this is a spline, so you could come in here and you could tell this to be I mean, maybe that's why Blender never saw the use in putting it in. But I mean, I'm not like the most pro at using lofts, but it definitely has a place in CG. Go automatic. Let's go vector. Make a square. And get that, grab Z, and then have another thing like this. So you should be able to go from here to here. Loft from here to here, and then come back here. Let's do this. Deselect. Scale that down. Grab Z. So you go from here to here, here to here, and here to here. But I think what is missing is you could have a smoother surface doing this, right? That's kind of what's missing here. So I don't know why Blender's treating it almost strictly like a polygon edge. Like normally when you do a loft, you could have like a smoothed surface. I don't know, maybe I'm missing something. Faces to Bezier. I don't understand what that is. Anyways. Yeah, whatever. It's all good. Yeah, you know, like just making certain kind of sweeping surfaces. And again, you know, as I said, I'm not the best at like this loft thing to say, well, but there's definitely like, you know, like especially when you're working with like CAD and certain things, or you want certain kind of like manufacturing things, it's got to be curves you got to work with. But anyways, and I guess that's beyond the scope of what we're doing here. I'm gonna have to look more into it. Yeah, this is supposed to have like some smoothing going on. I don't know why it's not like smoothing. It's just going like from one hard point to the next. Yeah, so I don't think this surface is really helping anything because it's supposed to be smooth, you know? I don't know why it's not doing that. But whatever. It's all good. Alright, so that's enough for this, guys. So blend, there's some level of loft in Blender. It's not perfect, but it's something. Okay, getting back, getting back, getting back. Getting back into level editing. Yeah, when I was doing the shoulder thing, I was like, man, I wish Blender had lofts. So Blender does kind of have it, but it's not like other programs where the loft is nice and smooth and all that. Okay, guys, I'm gonna go a little quiet here. I'm just gonna focus on just kind of knocking out some of this uh, collision mesh stuff, and we'll be right back. I'm gonna just get into it here. The easiest part would be to make the walls. So I'm gonna make part of the walls real easy. Like this. Good thing about the wall, you just have to do one set of this one section of this collision mesh, and we could copy it to the others. Okay. I'm gonna separate just this part of the collision because it's the wall. Now we don't need that to actually have any shrink wrap on there. I'm just gonna apply it. Okay guys, so let's break away from this one, man. So basically I gotta make the walls, which is easy. We just have to copy this one mesh here. Let's get like half of it. There you go. to duplicate that. Yeah, so the collision for the walls is like mad easy. Let's stop for a minute here. Let's look at the going to the door here. Excuse me. The level assets, level 1. Excuse me. Let's go into the terrain. Static ground. So this is a terrain collision. Oh man, just an optimized version of the terrain. You could basically do that with this. This was a nice idea, but I don't know. But definitely the walls we're gonna have to do like that. I don't know if we could continue. Alright, let's just get rid of this. Let's just see. So we're gonna select that. L, and L. Let's separate this. Let's see if we can just optimize this, guys. Come on, let's go. Decimate 0.3. Oh, wrong one. Well, that's interesting. This might be able to work, believe it or not. Let's go here into before we even do that, let's see if we can merge all vertices. Let's go 0.003. It's looking good. Now let's apply a decimate to this. .03. Oh, that was 0.3. That might be, this might be it. Let's do the same thing with a this collision. This extra collision thing here. Let's go to that. Easy decimation in the end. That's what we got. So 0.3, 0.5. Let's go back and forth just to kind of see. It has all the major features. It'll work. I mean, I could go ahead and delete the, I can't delete these interwoven things, but it should be able to handle that. You know, it's just simple geometry. And I would want the sides to be like this, so. In the end, I had to say uncle, guys, and just give in to just doing decimation. Let's just export this. Okay, guys, so I gave up and just did the decimation thing. Doing it the other way is probably even better because it avoids when you're doing like in the end something like what I was doing would be good for like you can create a simpler version for like part finding and all these different kinds of things. You know what I'm saying? So having a simplified handcrafted one is good, but you know at this point in time, you know being a single person just doing it, you know I'm gonna go for the faster route. Okay, so that was successfully kind of ported in there. We're able to walk around and see what's up. I don't think it's in the best of places, but it's definitely somewhere. We could take the level arc, we can move the whole level arc down so that the character spawns at the center of where he should spawn. Something like that. Excuse me. What is going on here? Character's facing the wrong way, but I think this has happened to me before. Yep, so let's go from top to bottom. That's the way that the character is facing. Yep, exactly. Supposed to be flipped the other way. But the water should be going the other direction. Or the water could be coming out from here. It's all good. We could definitely get that sorted out. This is fine. There's supposed to be actually three of these things. Three of these areas. Let's see if we can make that two. Oh, there's some little sliding issues. Gotta work on that. The middle one is supposed to be a little bit wider, but I think this is good for now. And then at the end of that, we have the full thing. So let's go ahead and save this. Okay, guys. Let's see what's up. Let's run this. Just a little bit of adjustments there. Just run straight through. Okay, guys, so I'm gonna leave this for now. This is what we got so far. I don't know. I think it's looking pretty alright. It's looking pretty good. Okay, we're coming up with that black metal thing in Blender. So these edges are supposed to be like really shiny metal. And Blender is doing that thing where it export metal as like a black outline. And that's like a separate technical issue that I think I've dealt with in the past and kind of solved. And it's solved by adding like a white color into where the metal edge is. But this is supposed to be nice shiny edge where like shiny metal edges on paint. Kind of like what this kind of looks like right here. But I don't know why it's doing that in Blender. And so the only other thing to do here is to add vegetation, add stones, add some of those game tile gameplay elements. Yeah, that's the only thing left to do with this. And of course everything else, you know, from enemies to whatever it is going on in here. Or maybe this is just a solid thing that you just run through to reach somewhere. Because I noticed some games that always have enemies in every inch of the game, right? So that's like gameplay balance. Right, this tiny little, it's a small game made by a single developer. Hey guys, I'll see you guys later. God bless. Take it easy. Hope you have a great rest of your day. And you know, God willing, I'll see you guys. God willing, I'll see you guys tomorrow in a hangout stream. Right, so I'll see you guys later. Mason, thanks for dropping in and even you know, sharing your Coca-Cola bottle, which I was having some Coca-Cola myself, and it was fun doing that a little bit. I know you didn't ask me to go the extra mile there, you just asked me a simple question, and I promise you next time I'll just answer your simple questions without actually doing example Blender files. It's all good, guys. Take it easy. God bless. Have a nice day. Bye bye.